Every morning at London Rio, before the guests arrive, I bulletproof. Slice of grass-fed butter, upgraded MCT oil, and make the coffee. Mix it up. And that's how we do this. Time to go to work. Now, who wants some of this?
For me, I was at the Comedy Store, and I was 19, 20 years old at the time. And this is, I have such tremendous, I saw Richard Pryor on stage. I mean, I can't even explain to you as a comedian how effing cool that is.
Was it awe-inspiring even when you were 19 or 20?
Oh, like, absolutely. Jesus. Yeah, absolutely. Because it was interesting because Richard Pryor would come in, and he didn't come in a lot, but if he came in, he would come at like a week at a time. And so he would come in on a Tuesday night. He wouldn't come on Mondays because Mondays at the Comedy Store was really craziness. He would come in on Tuesday nights, and you would see the great Richard Pryor eat the biggest turd on stage.
Really?
Oh yeah, like because he's trying all new material. Yeah. But then you would see the process of him coming night after night after night, and then by Saturday night, I mean, standing ovation. Wow. To see him work like that made you really understand how to go about it. And the fact that I got to see that is pretty amazing,
Did that instill that work ethic in you as a comedian to see that
There is no work ethic when you're a comedian.
Really? I don't believe you. I don't believe you at all.
Define work.
Well, okay, so Pryor getting up and sucking on Tuesday, everyone's seen how badly he sucked in order to get better on a Saturday performance.
Right.
Isn't that work?
Well, no, it's work, obviously, but it inspired a young performer, absolutely, and to see, I've been very lucky now because I've been in comedy and then I got out for a while and then I went back in, that I've got the pleasure to see so many people start out from the beginning, like a guy like Louis C.K. When I was doing comedy, I got really lucky because of the Star Search thing, which happened pretty early in my career, so I got a lot of opportunity way before I was ready to get opportunity. So when I was headlining clubs, like a guy like Louis C.K. was my opener, and he was way funnier than I was, but because I had the television opportunity, But the great thing is to see people's progress in their career. Like a guy like Louis C.K., when he started doing his comedy, he did comedy for a long time, but then he went into films. Like, people don't realize that he was doing films and doing all sorts of projects that did okay, like they got into festivals and played here and there a little bit, but that he has this whole backlog and whole catalog of work. And so that's what's been great about being in comedy for so long and coming back to it, is you really understand people's life path, you know what I mean? That not everyone has this straight shoot up to the stars, that it is all about the journey. And as lame as that sounds,
That's
you
our
really...
tagline here.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
No, it isn't.
No, it is.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it's about the journey. I didn't even know that about Louis' back catalog of films and stuff like that.
Yeah. It's amazing. And he's talented. I mean, obviously a very talented guy. He was fiddling around with cameras. I was so inspired by him because whenever he would make a chunk of money, like if most of us made a chunk of money, we would splurge and spend it on. Didn't even think for a second to be creative with it. He was one of the first guys that every dollar that came in was $2 that went out on a creative project. And that's how you have to live your life, because it isn't not about fame. It is about the work, it is about the projects that you're doing. It really is that. If they work out, great. If they don't, who gives a shit, And that's what's great about nowadays with the internet.
That you can do your own projects and put them out there.
You can do your own projects,
Why you say it's all about that? You're saying for self-satisfaction, ultimately you have to do what you want to do creatively?
Well, if you do what others want you to do and you're going against your grain, it will not resonate. You know what I mean? It won't resonate because people can call you out. It's like when they used to do a night at the Apollo, I think that was the show where it was filmed out of New York, and it was black comedians. Yeah. And then you would have, one guy that, wasn't as black as the other guys, and he would get up there and do comedy, and No, no, no.
The audience would just
The
start
audience
booing.
can smell it out. Like,
Yeah.
dude, we know you went to a white school. You got a real job. You know, like they know. You know what I mean? That's how comedy is, or that's how your artistic endeavor has to be, or anything you do in your life. It's not just about an artistic endeavor. Anything you do in your life, you have to really find what you want to do and kick its ass. And if you don't make $1 million, you don't make $1 million. Can you still feed yourself when you're 52? If you can do that, then it's all good.